Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Troller. 1972 to 1975.
Game 508, Brewers at Twins. Welcome back, baseball fans. The 1972-75 Carryover League. We continue race to the pennant. We got a series in the American League Midwest between the Brewers and Twins. Let's go into the scenario for these third and fourth place squads going into the series in the postseason tournament. So, Kansas City, Milwaukee Kansas City and the White Sox have already played, and the White Sox have the lead in the division now, 22-18. Royals 21-17. The Brewers and Twins are much further behind. They are under 500. The Brewers beat the Twins 4-2 earlier this year, so they have a +2 in the tiebreaker department. Minnesota has home field for this series. They didn't have it the first time around. They find themselves a game behind the Brewers, and the math suggests with 7 games left, winning 4-3 won't be good enough. That would put them in a tie, but the Brewers would still barely hold a tiebreaker, forcing a Game 8. Twins need to win 5 of 8. And home team matters a whole lot, it turns out. Let's take a look at this series. Game 1, opening up in the Twin Cities. Jim Colburn, Burt Blyleven's had a really difficult season. You get a Johnny Briggs homer, 2-0. RBI single Heisel, 2-1. Then a big inning for the Twins in the fourth. They haven't a lot of big innings like this. Phil Roof homer, a double by Holt, a walk, a double by Carew, and a 2-run single by Heisel. 6-2. Big support for Blyleven, who's really struggled to get support this year. Brewers chip away, RBI ground out in the 6th, solo shot Bavacqua. It's an 8-5 final. Tom Murphy, the Twin closer, gets the save, beating Jim Colburn in a battle of aces. Home team wins 8-5. That's going to be the key. You're going to find out. So game 2, the Twins really want to get going, and they do again. They win this one 4-3. Jim caught 8 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. Only 1 was earned. Gary Ryerson, the number 3 starter, another lefty for the Brewers, struggled through 4 difficult innings, giving up 12 hits. But as the Twins are the Twins, they only scored 4 runs. And this seems to be another theme, the Twins. They can get on base with hits and walks, they just can't bring them home. They did enough today to win this one 4-3. Tom Murphy gets a save. Jim Cott gets the win. Gary Ryerson gets a loss. Let's go to Milwaukee now. Oh, boy. We go to Milwaukee for Game 3. It's going to be Bill Parsons, former Brewer, pitching for the Twins, versus Mike Torres, all-star for the Brewers, their lone representative. Well, early in this game, RBI single Oliva, 2-run triple Johnny Briggs, solo homer Killebrew, double wild pitch sac fly. It's 5-2 Brewers in an early flurry. Do the Twins make it interesting? Absolutely. Triple by Killebrew. We're going to call that a misplay by an outfielder. Joe Levito RBI single. Torres gives up a solo homer to Jim Holt. Leaves for closer Don McMahon after a couple strikeouts. It's an Eric Soderholm homer to tie the game. This game would go into extra innings. Kevin Cobell pitches a scoreless top of the 10th. Bill Campbell follows Jim Crawford out of the Twin bullpen. Faces just one batter in the bottom of the 10th. It's John Briggs' solo shot. And the Brewers rally. After blowing a 5-2 lead, Twins tying it up. Brewers win it 6-5. Game number 4. We call this, I believe, Deja Vu. Same freaking kind of thing. Tony Oliva, 2-run dinger. walk, single, sac fly, 3-2 Brewers. Brewers that keep adding runs in the third, fourth, and fifth innings off of Dave Goltz, who's really struggled. He pitched well in his previous series against the White Sox. Not today. Goltz went 5 innings, 14 hits, and 8 runs. 8-2 game, and guess what, folks? You better believe it. The Twins have come back. Down 8-2 again. It's single. 3-run homer Jim Holt. 8-2 turns to 8-8. But once again, the Brewers come back after blowing the lead just like they did in the previous game. It's an RBI single, John Jeter, off the bench. Or Charlie Moore, I should say. John Jeter, RBI single scoring Pat Kelly. It's a 9-8 final for the Brewers. So basically, nothing has changed in the overall standings, to the dismay of the Twins, who thought they were gaining ground early. I mean, the Twins put 23 men on base. The Brewers put 21 men on base. It was Donnybrook. Brewers outlast them. Home cooking in all 4 games. So once again, the Brewers are a half game ahead of the Twins into a Game 5. Battle of Game 1 starters. Blyleven beat Colburn the first time around. This time around, no. Here, Heisel gets a homer. And again, these Brewers, they score early. Single, sac fly. You get a John Jeter 3-run homer. It's 4-1. Steve Hovley has a day, folks. In the second inning, homer 1-2. Fly ball, the rest, gets it. In the 7th, same dice roll, same everything. Rolled a 2, got it. Then they bring in a lefty to face him where it gets the same 1-7. It's homer 1-10 versus lefties. Misses it, but at least he got 2 of 3 possible home runs, and the most remote chances came through. Blyleven's horrible season continues. Colburn says, I'm not going to let the bullpen blow the leads we've been having recently. I'll go the distance. And they do this time, the Brewers. Had the lead in all 3 of the games. Oddly enough, the Twins have had the lead in all 5 games. And the Brewers have had the lead in the 3 games in Milwaukee. Held on this time without it Twins tying it. They win 8-3. So what's it all mean as the Brewers now have a 2-game lead? We'll look at the overall standings here in this division. The White Sox are currently in first. When we resort this, the Royals will be 2 back. But here is this matchup. The Twins are 2 games behind with 2 games plus a tiebreaker left. They need to win Game 6 and Game 7 to force a tiebreaker back at County Stadium in Milwaukee. Otherwise, the Twins' season will be over. So that's what we're looking at today. Brewers at Twins. And we have another pitching rematch. For the Brewers, it will be their lone all-star, a guy who didn't even play for them, Mike Torres. 16-game winner for the Expos in 72 with a 3.33 ERA, 243 innings. Pitched for everybody, which is why he's often part of trade discussions. And the Twins will send former Brewer, Bill Parsons. He pitched for the 72 Brewers, 13 wins with a 3.91 ERA. You can almost flip teams with these 2 guys, put Parsons in the Torres slot and vice versa. But the Brewers believe Torres was better than Parsons, so that's why they, went out and got him and let Parsons escape. Battle of number 4 starters. Should be a lot of fireworks. From Metropolitan Stadium in Minnesota, they're calling for thunderstorms, folks. So be on the lookout for some rumbling, and they might just, call a delay, a lightning in the area delay, as all the players scramble for the dugouts. So that's what we're looking at potentially. Leading off for the Brewers, it's Pat Kelly. 66 off the Parsons card. It's homer 1-19, and it's gone because Pat Kelly has power. Will we get a road win in this series? Well, the Brewers hope so, or they hope it doesn't happen in Game 8. they should say. Steve Hovley, 45, flies to left. George Scott, 68 Ks. Darrell Porter, 47, single 1 to 17, gets it. John Briggs, 1-9. Triple 1 to 12 is a triple. Boy, these Brewers like to come out in the first with fireworks, whether at home or on the road. 2-0. Runner at third, 2 outs for Ollie Brown. 43 off Parsons is first X, but you have Killebrew here. He's a 40-13. And he cannot make the play. Oh boy, you're seeing what is the problem with these Twins. They're getting ancient in front of us, and the young Brewers are getting better. Kurt Bavacqua, 45, rounds a second. 3-0. That wasn't exactly thunder, but it was a loud thud regardless. Okay. I guess the activity in the area is causing the building to shake, so there you go. Bottom of the first, Rod Carew. 1-4, flies to right. Larry Heisel, 57, skies to center. Tony Oliva, 56, flies to center field. Top of 2, it's Robin Yount. 1-5, flies to left. Paul Popovich, 1-3, grounds the third. And Pat Kelly, 1-5, homer 1-8, double the rest, this time a double. Steve Hovley, 57, strikes out. 3-zip, bottom of the second inning, it's Phil Roof. 57, skies to center field. Jim Holt, 65, pops to third. Harmon Killebrew, 47, is a K. Mike Torres, again, showing that all-star performance today. Top of the third, George Scott. 3-6 is a walk. Darrell Porter, 67, is a K. John Briggs, 59, second C. Runner in scoring position for Ollie Brown. 48's a base hit in the center field. George Scott, he's got some legs. He's a 14, a 15, a 16. Zero-arm center fielder. He will score. 4-0 Brewers. Kurt Bavacqua, 1-4, third. Twins got to get the offense going. It's been taken down to that this year. The pitching has been hugely disappointing. The batting average for the team is respectable. They haven't scored enough runs with all the men they've put on base. But now they haven't done anything today. Joe Levitto, 5'10", center X. You have Hovley in center, a 3-7 center fielder. And he makes the grab. Eric Soderholm, 37, is a walk, and that's the first Twin base runner. Craig Robinson, 2-4, center. And back up top to their all-star, Rod Carew. 2-7 is a grounder to first. Top of the fourth, it's Robin Yount, the rookie, 2-9. Short. Paul Popovich, 58, pops to second. And Pat Kelly having a day, homer and a double. 2-7 a walk. Attempt to steal the 4-run lead? Oh, sure, why not? You got Roof with a zero arm, beast stealer, and he's going to be cut down stealing. As per norm, we often say here in the Carryover League, as we are still extremely low success rate versus the odds. Bottom of the fourth, it's Larry Heisel, 57, center. Oliva, 1-5. Let's take a look at a card. I haven't seen one yet. It's Tony Oliva's 73 first year as a DH card. One thing to note is that his running has really gone down to an 8. So the injury he suffered that missed the 71 season really debilitated his base running horribly, let alone his ability to play the outfield. And Oliva was a fantastic designated hitter, though. Lost out to the Orlando Cepeda as the DH award that they gave in 73 in the first year of his existence. But 1-5 is a solo shot, and the Twins are on the board. Phil Roof, 58, pops to short. And Jim Holt, 39, Flies to center field. Top of the fifth. Steve Hubley, 64, short X, but you got Craig Robinson's a 3E36 makes the play. George Scott, 69, second X. 2E16 for Carew makes the play. Daryl Porter, 67 is a K. Bottom of the fifth. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de
Okay,
camaroneros.
folks. The Twins have had to come back so much this year with mixed results. They come back, get close, they come back and tie it, force extras, they lose anyway. It's been that kind of a year. But maybe the home crowd, the home cooking will get them to rally today to even the series at 3 games apiece. Harmon Killebrew, 310 for the Hall of Famer, rolls a short. Joe Levito, 211, pops a second. Eric Soderholm, 35, is a strikeout. 4-1 into the sixth. We go. It's going to be John Briggs. 48, double 1 at 10 off Parsons is a double. Ollie Brown, 39 is a K. Kurt Bavakwa, 54, center B, and with 2 outs, Robin Yount, 47, single 1 to 17. This is the batter you need if you're Parsons or you go to a bullpen. It's Popovich. He has made some nice clutch hits on YouTube previously. If you've been following the Brewer broadcast, you would know that. Paul Popovich and his 194 batting average will step into the batter's box with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 48, and he does it again, folks. Inexplicably, a double 1 to 10. And the Twins, once again, victimized by a marginal player, and it's 5-1 now. And you got Pat Kelly. You may as well just try something different. Parsons will leave. Thought they could have gotten the 194 hitter out, Popovich. They couldn't. And now they're going to go to Jim Crawford will come on in. Former Detroit Tiger, Houston Astro. 73, he had a 4.50 ERA in 70 innings. He's a good lefty who gets righties out, but he'll face Pat Kelly in this situation. Doesn't hit lefties nearly as well as righties. And Kelly's red hot. So let's see if it cools Pat Kelly down. Second and third in a 5-1 affair. Here's the pitch to Pat Kelly. 38, he grounds to first. Now your Brewers, as this game's getting late, starting to think, hey, about some defense. Let's get Pat Kelly out of the game. He's not a good defensive player. Let's put John Jeter in the outfield with Hubley and Ollie Brown. And those Paul Popovich heroics were good enough at the from your number 9 hitter. Let's put Ron Theobald at second base, 2E10. So let's go with some solid defense and a 4-run lead and Mike Torres and our bullpen. See if we can get the last 12 outs and get a road win and win this series. And you have, increase their odds slightly. The Brewers, they get this thing over as soon as possible, like today, like right now. They increase their chances to slip into the playoffs. It's a long shot, but if they win today, it gets a lot better. All right, 5-1, bottom of the sixth. It'll be Craig Robinson. 3-6 is a K. Back up top to Carew. 57, center. And Heisel, 39, left field. This is a story of Mike Torres this year. He has just had the magic, the lone Brewer all-star, delivering at the most important time in their quest to continue their season. So break that up. That's a pretty cool story. He actually leads the American League in earned run average, and after giving up just a run today in 6 frames, he probably still leads the league. We'll look at that in the post game, regardless of who wins. As we go to the top of the 7th, Jim Crawford will continue after getting the Pat Kelly out. He'll face number 2 hitter Steve Hubley. 5-11 is first X, and this is Killebrew again. 4-13. Did not make a play earlier, and makes another error here. And this is we're seeing it in front of our eyes, folks. Hovley reaches. Now you got George Scott. 5-10, triple 1-4. That's the triple 1-4. And the Brewers have a 6-1 lead. This is kind of sad now for the Twins and their fans. Back-to-back lefties, Porter and Briggs. Yeah, Porter will leave for Charlie Moore. We know Charlie has a nice career for the Brewers. He'll pinch hit here. Runner at third. They'll bring the infield up. Charlie Moore. 67 is a strikeout. And it'll be Johnny Briggs. Infield is still up. 2-4. Right be question mark. Do you want to run George Scott? A 14, 15, 16. -1 arm makes it a 15. He scores on a 12. And it's 7-1. Ollie Brown. 37 is a K. Well, there you go, folks. Stretch time in Minnesota. It is 7-1 Brewers. We're enjoying listening to Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Great compilation here featuring Teddy Pendergrass and, of course, Sharon Page. Wake up, everybody. You know how to make me feel so good. Don't leave me this way. Wake up. Oh, boy, yeah. Great stuff. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Let's continue to the bottom of the 7th. Mike Torres is a starter 8. 7-1 affair. It'll be Tony Oliva, the only offense today for the Twins. 34. A power outage. Maybe it's the thunderstorm. Phil Roof, 68. Walks. Jim Holt, 68. Single 1-9. Off Torres. Cannot get it. Rolls a 17. And Harmon Killebrew, what could be his final at-bat. Let's take a look at the card. What could be his final at-bat for the Twins with a 72 card. He did it 26 home runs, the .231 average, and 94 walks. But it could be over for him. This could be the final at-bat in the Twins' career for the Hall of Famer. 3-6 is a strikeout, as he goes 0 for 3 with 2 Ks and 2 errors today. 7-1, top of the 8th. We've seen enough of Crawford. We'll go to Bill Campbell, the future of the Twin bullpen. 8 and 7th, 2.63 ERA and 74 in 120 innings. And you will face Kurt Bavacqua. 63, pitcher X. Campbell is an E24. And he is makes the play. Robin Yount, 2.7 is a K. And number 9 hitter Ron Theobald, 2.5 is a walk. Back up top to John Jeter, the defensive replacement for Kelly, 47. Single 1-9 off Campbell, cannot convert. Bottom of the 8th, Mike Torres still out there. They got Kevin Cobell, Don McMahon warming with a 6-run lead. They're going to leave their all-star out there as long as they can. Probably force the point of weakness as a starter 8. So it'll be Joe Lovito leading off. 67's a walk. You got Eric Soderholm. 58 lines to short. Craig Robinson. Do we have a pinch hitter here? Oh no. Let's let him hit away. 66. Second X. Not a lot you do with that. 2 E10 second baseman. Got to stay out of the double play if you can. You cannot. Double play for everybody. So, yeah, that's just the writings there, folks. We go to the 9th. Campbell will finish this one. And end the Twins season with a good relief appearance would be nice. As an indicator of the future for Bill Campbell. 56 is a walk. George Scott, 67's a K. Charlie Moore, 45. So much for that. Double 1-4, seeing on that dot. Brewers are on a quest. They want to get on the map. No one's talking about them. Johnny Briggs, runners on the corners. 2-6. Center be question mark. Do you want to run Charlie? We're running Hovley. Of course we'll run Hovley. He's got wheels. Sack fly. Ollie Brown. 310 left. Going for the complete game, Mike Torres. Here we go. Let's take a look at some cards. So, Rod Carew, 1973 card. We'll be using this next year as well. So we have one more year with it. He was the lone all-star. for the Twins. This is the last year of the 2 range at second base. Whether they go to the move to first base is debatable, but they're going to run with this card at least through the next season and see what happens after that. Whether they move him to first or keep him at second. Probably will go with that 77 388 card in 2 years' time, which would be in the year 2026. So in the year 2026, folks, you get to see Rod Carew's 388 card. So put that on your calendar, folks. Here's the pitch to Rod Carew. 1-5 for Rod. This is the homer 1-11 triple, and he delights the fans with a round tripper. One of his 6. It'll be Larry Heisel. 54, third X, Bavacqua. 325 at third base. Can he reach and make it interesting? He cannot. Tony Oliva, let's take a look at him. He'll be back next year with this same card because it's a good DH card. 291 hitter with plenty of power. Hits lefties better than righties. So, yeah, no reason to get need a platoon mate for Tony. Here's the pitch. 43. Pitcher X, Torres. E6 pitcher. Makes the play. And it comes down to, oh, we got to look at this. The roof. The roof. The roof is on fire. Maybe not so much this year, but maybe next year. The great 1975 Phil Roof card. The Twins are going to have an interesting team next year. You'd hope they'll turn it around, as I'm running them an obituary while we're still playing. But anyway, this Phil Roof card will be in play for 4 seasons with the prodigious home runs. Here's the pitch to Phil Roof. 3-10, and that is a strikeout, and that will end the Twins season. Break up Mike Torres and the Brewers for a complete game road win. First time we had a road win in the series. We'll take this right to the post game now. Disappointing year for the Twins. Bill Campbell, 2 innings of relief. A walk and a K in that frame, and in the 9th, a hit, a run, walk, and a K. Hitting in the 3rd for Colburn. He gave up, let's see, a hit, 2 runs, only 1 was earned in 2 Ks. And the Phil Parsons start takes the loss. Gives up 8 hits and 5 runs. Only 4 of those are earned. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Mike Torres, complete game victory. We'll have to check out his earned run average. It was a 2-hitter. 2 solo home runs. My goodness. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. Sometimes you get a guy who rides that magic carpet through your entire Strat-O-Matic season. Statistical outlier, or whatever you want to call it. Just he's got all the luck. So it means that, you know, if things were to balance out, he'd be horrible next year. But Mike Torres is a star this year in the year 2024. 1009 0109 81022 4935. Brewers are just getting a little bit better, That's still not close to, you know, they're not nowhere near Harvey's Wallbangers or the True Blue Brew crew, but they're slowly getting there. They need more pieces. They'll get some more in the off season, but right now they're playing with excitement. You know, +2 in this. They're almost at 500, I believe. Yeah, Twins are 14-21. Brewers 16-17 in a very watered down American League. So, yeah, who knows what can happen in the remainder of the 2nd and 3rd round of the tournament? Do they sneak into a playoff spot? They are 16-17. They are hitting .264 with a .397 ERA. Mike Torres is 4-2, but it's the ERA that's so good. In 57 innings, just 14 earned runs. So 2.21 ERA. Finally got over his previous start. He gave up a lot of runs, previous 2 starts. But still a nice year for him. Colburn's 4-3. His ERA is a little high. 2.64, 3.97 is, you know, right in the middle of it all. You know, very mediocre team, as you can imagine. Let's give Darryl Porter 8 home runs in a platoon role, which is very good. George Scott came out guns blazing to start this year. Then he went into a horrible slump, and he finishes 35 for 137. Doesn't finish, but he's presently hitting 255. And Ollie Brown's also got 35 hits. Your Twins, on the other hand, Burt Blyleven just went through a 1-8 campaign. Oh my goodness. Bill Parsons, the guy you just saw pitch, 1-5. Jim Cott 4-4. Dave Colts 4-1. My goodness. Carew did go 50 for 147, which is a 340 batting average. Not bad at all. So 16, 17, 14, 21, we'll plug in those results. Up here. So Minnesota needed a 5-3, but it was Milwaukee who got the 4-2. 4 games to 2. It is Milwaukee who's 16 and 17, and the Twins who are 14 and 21. So with this division, we can do a sort now and put the White Sox at the top of this division and project who they might be playing in the second round of the tournament for these squads. Always the fun part, the postseason tournament. Get to see you never know who you're going to play, who's going to come up on the schedule. So here are the White Sox. They are a 2, and the Royals are a 5. So the A's, number 1 seed, playing 7:33 ball. They're going to be playing Baltimore in the tournament next round. Highly unlikely Baltimore catches them for the top seed. White Sox will play the Tigers. Highly likely the Tigers catch the White Sox. Looks like the White Sox and A's will be the 1 and 2 right now. And in the next round of the tournament, the second place Royals will play the third place team, which is probably going to be Cleveland. Cleveland still has to play this Ohio team, but it's pretty doubtful that Ohio will catch them. So for now, let's say the Royals are playing the Indians. And these Milwaukee Brewers are going to play the Expos. And look at this matchup. 1 over, 1 under. So this is up for grabs, folks. Yeah, the Brewers, do they have a path? They have a path to somewhere between the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th seeds, which would get you into the third round of the tournament. So there is a path for the Brewers. If they can upset the Expos, who would be the favorite? And then would be a full game ahead. +1 is +2. That's a full game. So, all right, that's it. Break up your Milwaukee Brewers. They take care of the Minnesota Twins, beating them 4 games to 2. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.